Hello and welcome to the rolling hills surrounding the tranquil setting of Evening Star for what will be our level 19 episode of Red Reborn. Literally gone straight into this from the last one. No changes at all to gear or anything. Haven't put in any enhancement points because I'm waiting to reach the heroic cap to unlock some of the things. For example, oops. Here we can't select improved mithril armor because we haven't selected the mithril armor feat yet, and I'll be taking the mithril armor to get me up to the memories of war, the extra spell power there. Okay, I think we showed the Shandox last time with the bear, so I thought we'd go for the Druids chain this time around for some level 17 action. I think people are going to say I'm starting the wrong way, but as I'm next to it, I might as well start with the Thorn and Paw. I hate this one because I don't like killing bears, because the bear has been such a good adventuring companion. If I do a series with a druid bear, I'll maybe tell you a bit about how the bear and I came to cross paths in the game. I think this chain completed should see us not too far from the heroic cap, which would be great. Oh, what happened there? Lag happened there. I'm stuck, completely stuck. Okay, all these yellow numbers are not so great, are they? I guess these folk are resistant to piercing damage. Let's have a go at the Reaper and the Druid down there if we can. I'll better clear these as well. I tried to do the electric boosting thing, but I don't think it worked there, did it? They're quite resistant to our imbue, aren't they? In fact, resistant to just about everything apart from the light damage. Just gonna test it again with the next group. Gonna try the oops, I'm gonna try the lightning mote thing. See if I can't get some better damage for our imbue. Doesn't look like it, does it? Okay.
Great root barriers have grown over every bear there. Force is at work here. This waterfall.
When all else fails, fall back on the trusty fusillade. We've got wolves here. They're scuppering my strategy, this lot. They're not closing because they've got ranged capability. Let's It's not doing me any good at all. Yeah, the only thing I can do to get orange damage is the light. That's unfortunate. I suppose it is an important point that particularly later on in legendary content there will be stuff that is I was going to DDO and I realised I haven't put Mikhail, so this could be interesting. Dead simple this quest. If you've got a DDO, you don't have to do any of this messing about. Just kill the corruption node and get yourself out of there. As it is, I've made a rod for my own back. Something at which I tend to excel, both in this game and in life in general. A bit poor, wasn't it, to say the least? Where have you come from, Buster? He is tough. I'm telling you, look at how I'm pouring everything I can. I should have boosted, but even so, he was tough. Terrible. We're certainly not having everything our own way in this one, are we? Except against the wolves. Can we do a turret? Yeah, that worked reasonably well. I think it may even have turned the reap around. Even failing at picking up souls. Second node now. Maybe if I just get it from extreme range and then just get the hell out of here, we might be able to avoid what happened last time.
Reverberate underfoot and then throughout the hollow. Perhaps now it will be possible to enter.
But yes, a DDO would have been much preferable. As it is, we're doing the old Bilbo Baggins trick here. How many? 4 boosts? I think that's okay. Mana is good. So as well as the damage side, that is just a nice element of CC for us against nasty targets. We used it to good effect against Mind Flayers, didn't we, in that level 15 chain in the harbour. Anything that absolutely has to be neutralised, it's a good way to go about it. Get the defences up and let's get boosting. I should have totally should have put a turret in front of myself. I can do it still, I think. Can I? Nope. Oh, I did. It just didn't do the animation. Don't know if we can knock that druid down, but we tried. Need to get boosting again here. Need to kill the druid, come on. I think the druid just went down. Let's focus on the mother. I hate this section, I hate the thought of killing a mother bear. Maybe she'll twist the script round and kill us. I think I've been an animal person since a young age. Used to like to ride horses. We've always had animals in the family, so I don't like the thought of killing them. Even ones that are trying to carve me in two. Okay. We actually didn't do too bad there. That can turn into a real mess when you don't have that much CC or firepower. They can completely overwhelm you, so we did okay, I think.
He is not here. He has gone to Druids Deep. With that, the last of light passes from her eyes. Her words linger darkly.
Yeah, I'd say we're pretty much on target. Maybe it'll need one more quest after the chain's finished to reach the heroic cap. I think I'm doing this completely out of order, aren't I? Isn't the hospital wing one supposed to be the first one? Yes, it is, because they tell you to pay Uth a visit, don't they? So, technically, even someone like me who doesn't have the VIP or use any potions could reach the cap now quite easily with the content that there is, not going any higher than level 16 quests in heroic, I'm thinking.
As you enter Uth Lodge, you are greeted only by silence.
I only went up to 17 for the purposes of the video. I could quite easily have done Wayloon and capped out handily doing that.
Roots, vines, and woodland creatures in Uth Lodge. Some foul. There is some
I suppose there is the fact that not everybody's going to have all the content to go at, have they?
defeating his fellow defenders.
He just stepped right into that. That was handy. Thank you.
Ground. He will not defend this strange wilderness any longer.
I think there are a couple more traps inside the room, aren't there? Should have put a turret outside the door. Bit disappointed, very disappointed in fact that the AoEs were so poor there. I don't know what happened there. plenty of cause to keep wishing that the background would opaque out in situations like this where you struggle to see what's going on. Happy bonus. Took me a long time to realise that the little noises, like for the doors and the traps, indicated a bonus being collected.
Deeper into the house. Friend or foe, you will likely cross paths again.
Oof, hold the door. Take some beating down this lot, don't they? I think we've got a rinse and repeat in here.
In the deep foliage of the room. A second wood wolf can just be seen.
Well, on the plus side, we should have max stacks of archer focus here.
Rustling stopped in the dense foliage now. The wood wolf was
Oh, let's get out of here, my god. I'm going the wrong way. Wanted to go to the door. Ah, we're in trouble here. Wow. Something is boss down there. It's absolutely smashed us. Have we calmed down? My god, that quickly went from reasonably okay to deadly danger, didn't it? I think that's one for the doc. He tends to like it when the pulses get raised a little bit.
It's the man in grey again.
Might have had you choking on your croissants, Doc. Shame on me for pronouncing that wrong with a mother who's half French. Croissant.
The Baron was raising wolves.
You might not even know what that is. I guess the bagel would be a reasonably close equivalent.
The air in the cellar is chilled and damp.
Right,
That
definitely
smell-
boost here.
smell corrupt. Look sharp! To arms!
It's always nice when they can fall in their own traps, because it's not always the case. Sometimes I've tried to be clever and drag them through said traps, and it hasn't worked out for me. Okay.
Well met! I had grown weary
Well
of
met.
naught but bark and leaves for company. You are aware this place is far from safe, yes? But of course you are. Danger is an old song in
I
your
think we're in order for
songbook, I
boost,
can
aren't we?
see.
3 left, yeah.
I am a harper. You've heard of our honor? I came in search of a missing nobleman. 'Tis a long tale, but I believe the druid Wholesome might help me find him. As much by smell
Oh,
as
the
by
Hood of
scent.
Unrest is still on cooldown. That's unfortunate.
The dryad and her tree are a source of blood. Hares of corruption source, true, like snow. Must wipe them out.
Can't see the druid to target her. Ah, we've got her now. I think we've got more pressing issues. We've got problems here. Okay, the tree, target the tree. Come on. I I think she might come back if we don't. Pressing all the wrong keys here. Okay. Shambolic end, but we'll take it.
Perun Ulf brought this foul magic home with him from Thorngap unawares. And where is that, you ask? Where Hall Thame lives, deep within King's Forest. I think we should pay him a visit.
Right, now we'll go up and do the hospital wing thing. Never quite remember where that one is. Looking for a single goblet on its own somewhere. Is it that one there? Nope, it isn't. Is it this one here? Yeah.
The head priest stands across. Head priest Jaskier says, "Take that key on the table. I forget which wing it opens, I'm afraid. There's another one around here somewhere. I'm sure it will turn up."
I've mentioned this before, the Archer version of Conjure Arrow. Sorry, well, the Conjure Arrow is an infinite supply. They just renew, don't they? They appear in a stack of 100 and renew when they run out. But these, for some reason, these bolts for the crossbow do not renew, and you can and often do run out in mid-combat, which is a pain. Or you go the other way and you end up with 20 stacks of them in your inventory when you finish your play session.
As the door to hospital wing swings open, moist air.
We'll get that wisp. Okay. Yeah, we're not keen on the crowns here. Not too bad. So, we've got some patients to deal with.
Sick with the strange infection. Perhaps you can do something to help.
UMD.
Your treatment was a success. The patient is. Your treatment was a success. The patient has been. Your treatment was a success.
I think we can sneak into here.
Stop the disease. Your treatment was a success. The patient has been many who.
If you're wondering, if you fail it, they get up as a zombie, I think, and attack you.
Purple Dragon Knight lies on the bed, sick with the strain. The knight transforms into a hulking monstrosity.
Tried the lightning thing. Yes, purple numbers there. Happy days.
Contains some of the sample the head priest spoke of.
Let's try it on these guys.
A key that fell.
Didn't see any purple there, did we? So as far as I'm aware, the Armour of Speed won't do anything for us at the cap, because we'll have an item giving us attack speed and move speed. Sorry, an augment rather. So I'll stop casting it then. Save us a few spell points. I'm gonna leave the boost until the big thing shows its face.
A plague victim bursts through the door.
Okay, now
He seems to be in an advanced state of the infection. Stronger.
yeah, we can get some purples against the bosses then. Nice. And because our weapon has an electric it has an electric augment in it, shock, ruby of shock there at the bottom, as well as the imbue. We're getting a sort of a bonus twice, which is nice.
With that, head priest Jaskier opens a door to the
Okay.
quarantine area. You go through and deal with Oof.
So we're gonna open fire on him,
Now, go on.
and very soon after we start hitting him, we're gonna hear that door that we're facing open. I'm gonna go in there and clear out the room because he can't go in there, which is
The
gonna be of
quarantine
big
area
help to me.
Baron Uth appears. The infection is far more advanced. He is far.
We'll get that crown out of the way. My word, they hurt. Another crown. Well, we're still at it. We were hardly convincing there, were we? But we outlasted them, I think we can say. And now on to the, is it the Druids Deep? I think it's probably the, no actually, the Thorn and Paw end fight is pretty tough as well. I was going to say it's probably the toughest end fight. It can be the toughest. You just have to remember that to sort of progress the end fight in the Druids Deep, you have to eliminate the surrounding trash, and then the druid goes back to human form. Whilst he's animal form, as far as I'm aware, you can't really hurt him. So whilst he's doing that, I guess if you have several in your party, one can run round being chased by him, just kite him round, and the others can mop up the outlying trash. And once that's done, when he's in human form, he's not particularly difficult to bring down from memory. I do have a higher level shield clickable, as I mentioned in a previous episode, a level 16 from Night Revels, but it's not a docent, so unfortunately Red can't make use of it here.
You are near to Druids Deep. The dying Druid's riddle was that you must be a wolf, a fish, and a bear to find the way.
Can we not knock those over? Doesn't look like it. Either there was lag there or we can't knock them over. That's a bit worrying. Oh, it doesn't look well. Oh, maybe the maybe we just didn't have enough DC to knock them over. That's possible. They were rough. Should have put a turret up here. They're all gonna come converging. Trying to do there what I suggested in an earlier episode when the bear was here about the dilemma: do I stop to heal or do I just kill everything and then do the healing? And there I tried to get rid of everything and then heal afterwards. My word, that thing's tough. Wisp. Yeah, having said previously this little light thing was for more or less for flavour only, I've ended up leaning on it a little bit in this chain. I think this one can be crowd controlled, so we'll try the old crowd control and lightning mote. See if we can get some bonus damage. Yep, happy days.
Without primal magic and druid enforcing them, the roots blocking your way are now weak enough to break. In the depths of the pool, a tunnel is just barely visible. Perhaps this is what the riddle meant by be a fish. An air pocket is visible in the tunnel ceiling nearby.
There's at least one quest in Mithdrana where you're going down underneath the water. From memory, there's one of those sog patches, you know, to be able to breathe. So I don't think this is too much of a thing, but I was glad for exploration purposes that I was a warforged and I didn't need to bother with the breathing mechanic.
Light shines brightly from above. You have passed through the tunnels to somewhere else.
Okay, now let's be careful of these things because they're we don't seem able to knock them down. I think they're saving against the knockdown. They must have a huge save, whatever it is. 'Cause I know we're in the 60s, aren't we, for that DC, and that's not enough to get them. Is that because I've let the? That's because I've let the trans lapse, I bet. 66. Maybe that's why they didn't get knocked down, because the trans wasn't running. Possible. Where I mentioned to what I omitted, rather. No, still not knocked down. Wow. what I omitted from the previous discussion on that DC thing, things that were helping it, I mentioned about the Warforged tactics. We've also got in the Battle Engineer tree 3 Sunder DCs. So at the moment we've got plenty of good stuff. Do we get anything from the Epic trees? I can't quite remember if we get any tactics or not. We will find out together. One thing I am pleased with, as obvious as it sounds to do, is making use of these boosts. Because the number of times I've had things like this and just left it on the back burner unused and made my life a lot more difficult than it need have been. Traps, I think I'll take the trouble to do. I think we'll get a bit of a nice bonus for doing these. They're all in the same place, aren't they? Speaking of traps, does anybody know of an easy way to further boost disabling abilities? Because the bear's been struggling a little bit. She's wearing a similar build to this at the legendary cap. She's wearing one of those, or using when needs to, one of those legendary keylock ring from Ravenloft. So she's got all the things, but I think she's needing an extra bit on top of what greater heroism is giving, because she invariably has that too. So if anybody has a reasonably simple fix for that, I'm all ears. Not least of which, because there is a section, that underwater section I mentioned in Myth. Haven't tried that quest yet with the bear, but there are traps at the end of there next to the levers that need to be pulled, and if you don't disable the traps you get carved up by them while trying to pull the lever. So we're going to need to do something, I think, in there. Okay, this needs to be boosted, doesn't it? Bonus damage, anyone? Yes. Bonus damage on you? Yeah. Lovely. It's probably only about 1 or 2 extra damage a hit, but just the fact I'm managing to trigger these purple numbers. I know, simple things. It's a good idea to clear out this area, just in case everything goes wrong in the middle at the end and you end up having to retreat back to this shrine. So it was a good idea, I think, to get rid of these elementals in here. The invincible YOLO crowd will just be piling straight on into here. So as mentioned before, whenever he's human form I'll be pummeling him. Whenever he's animal form I'll be trying to avoid him and killing the surrounding opponents as soon as possible.
He can't have his staff back anyway. I've decided to keep it. But you have no place in my forest. You will die to feed my flowers.
Okay, wolf already, so go on the opponents. I've got no choice but to move because he's going to carve me to pieces if I sit still. Just keeping an eye on the health bar. Boosting again. Okay, back on him. On the enemies again. He hits quite hard, be warned. But there's no need to engage him when he's in that animal form. Last boost. I really should have shrined beforehand to replenish the boost. But I think we're going to be alright. You see, once he's back in human form, he's quite easily cut down. Come on. Remnants scattered all over the place. Okay. So not too terrible. A bit of a chaotic end, but not too terrible. We're what are we? A couple of quests over, or one big one away from the heroic cap there. So nice work. I think maybe the only times we've died on the way up to said cap has been, as mentioned before. I'm sure plenty of you have had the same experience against the crown casters, where the damage over time has just outstripped my ability to heal it on Reaper. But apart from that, I think he's done well. He has the decent crowd control from the Thundershock thing, and the DC on that, what was it, 66? I would expect that to be effective in the early epic. And normally I would have said it would have gone completely rubbish because there's something wrong with Trip, or there has been. You remember when we did our was it our barbarian life, and I was doing well with the Trip up until late heroic, and then early epic it felt like falling off a cliff. Apparently people had tested up to Trip 100 and it still wasn't working. There's something wrong with it, it seems. But this is a Sunder, not technically a Trip, although it does provoke a Trip effect, and I think for that reason it's okay. Well, I know it is because I've leveled before in it, so maybe that's why we get away with making a Trip effect work, because it's not technically a Trip. Right, I think that's about it for this one. Thanks very much as always for looking, and I will see you in the epic. Take care.